Morning, everybody. It's Tool again. It's early in the morning on a Sunday, so I may sound tired, which I am. I have not been up that long, so I'm sitting here drinking coffee. Talked to D-Man just a little bit, and we were just talking about, what can we do further to help the Alliance. Just throwing out some tips there. We covered OP9, and I hope that helped people understand what's going on and not to rush all this stuff. But the other thing too, we were thinking about is Retro Lab. I don't know, I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. My personal opinion, most of the things that are in the Retro Lab are far outdated. Kixeye has not released any new content into the Retro Lab. They have not added very, very many of the new weapons into the Retro Lab. A lot of that stuff in there, as far as the weapons, are definitely outdated. There's a lot of armors that are in there with the way these new these Conquer Halls are coming out, and a lot of the armors are outdated. However, there are some key things and some really, really important things that I feel that need to be focused on in the Retro Lab. So we'll just go into my base here and we'll take a look at my Retro Lab, and hopefully this will maybe give you some direction on which way you need to be going. And yes, since the other video, my base has changed just a little bit. I won't get into all those on this video, but we'll go over here to the Retro Lab. There it is. Open it up. We'll just start with weapons. I'll be honest with you. Most of this stuff in here, I have never worried about. A lot of the stuff I haven't even used in ages. Just take a look here. And I actually stopped some of the retros. One of the biggest things that I can tell you this is don't jump around. Early on, when the Retro Lab first come out, I did that, and it's reflective on some of these R5s that you can see, and this R10 on the Shockwave. I would have probably done the Shockwave to R15, but I'm one of those people that could never get the damn thing, and by the time I got it, the cues were outdated. It took me forever. I could not get the cues, and so I just gave up, and I don't even use them anymore. I actually do think I still have them on my dreads, but I haven't used my dreads in a long time. I still have my dreads, but whatever. And I did that down here too, and this just shows you just how fast this stuff goes outdated. I haven't used a drone. I haven't used any of these Hornets, these Dragonflies. I haven't used a fleet like that in ages. But as you can see, all these are outdated. They serve really, in my opinion, no purpose in the game anymore. It's crazy. Same way with these launchers. The launchers were coming out so fast, and by the time they were introduced into the Retro Lab and you started it, and then something else come out, and I stopped at R3 on Cryos. It just went. It came out. They were outdated so fast. It's just, in my opinion, it's one of those Kixeye money grabs. But they're hoping people will coin the retros, and I'm sure there's hundreds and hundreds of people that did. But some of these weapons I do still use, so I really focused on them. Rapid fire cannons, at one point in time with the Shredder and the Reaver chain guns, I used it. This is how fast the game has progressed. I used Reaver chain guns for a long time on my base defense. Rapid fire rockets, I still use this, obviously, for a couple of different things that I do. This really hasn't went outdated yet, but really, we don't have a rocket fleet anymore. Countermeasures, obviously, this is a must. This is one that you want to R15 as soon as possible. A lot of these are going to be as soon as possible that I talked to you about. Earth Shakers, obviously, everybody knows why I did that for the Earth Shakers, but I don't even use Earth Shakers anymore. Excuse me. Strike missiles were amazing. I loved Strike Bs when they came out. I killed a lot of bases using Strike B missiles. Outdated. Siege missiles, blades are still effective. I still use blades. So, But you can weigh the differences on what you're using. Obviously, I still use the Charons. I use those on my Ghost. A lot of this stuff is very, very useful. Still, obviously, scatters if you're uh, using Cobra scatter guns like I do. I like killing small bases with it, or prepping turrets. But really went fast. A lot of these weapons, turrets, the ones that I've used or are currently using, I've done. I haven't really focused too much on these. I mean, really, when's the last time you used an arc missile? This is how outdated the Retro Lab is, and I think you listen to those bozos on the Forsaken Council, and I'm telling you, it's pure ass kissing to Kixeye. Kixeye. Traditionally, Kixeye will release hole after hole after hole, and it's a pattern. And don't quote me because it's early in the morning, and I'm not going to sit here and try to think about the pattern. But it's always the same every year. For example, if we have a missile raid, a missile hole come out during the raid, 12 months from then, 1 year from that date, you will see another missile hole. It's tradition. They follow it. I'm telling you, coming up, we're getting ready to do ballistics. I promise you, within the next few months, you will see probably a UAV hole. There's going to be a new rocket hole coming. There's going to be a new launcher coming. It's the same pattern. So, those bozos on the Forsaken Council, like I said, I will always support them, and they have good information. They, obviously they've kissed enough rear end they've got the inside to Kixeye, but it's a joke. They don't address the things that need to be addressed in the game. They're like, oh my God, Kixeye, you're doing an amazing job. Well, it's bullshit, because they need to be focusing on stuff like this. This Retro Lab is completely outdated. But you still need to do it, because like I said, some of this stuff is completely useful still. Obviously, I have all my advanced stuff done, just for the simple fact that everything in the advanced part of the Retro Lab supports everything that you do. In my personal opinion, your advanced lab either makes your fleet or it breaks your fleet. It supports your turrets for your base. It supports everything in your base, everything that goes on your fleets. So, as you can see, I got all my advanced done. It's that important. This is probably, in my opinion, the number one important area in the Retro Lab is this right here. I use almost everything in here either on my fleets or on my base turrets or something. Everything in here I am currently using on something. So take a look at that. Really focus, probably, if I had a recommendation, I would focus on your advanced lab. Hulls, once again, all this stuff. I mean, look how many outdated hulls there are. The Retro Lab is outdated. It needs serious work. Armors, is what it is. Some armors in here are completely outdated. Compound defensive armors, in my opinion, these are outdated. They were good at one point in time. Not so much now. So if I had to give advice, I would do worry about your advanced lab, working on that. The next thing I would tell you to do is your armors, then your turrets. That's just my personal opinion, and only focus on the stuff that you're using. I'm to the point in the game now where if I go back to a lot of the stuff I don't care. There's better weapons out there that I'm getting in Forsaken missions and campaigns and raids. Like I said, Kixeye's not adding new content to the Retro Lab, so focus on the stuff that you can use. There's advanced lab stuff, the armors, the turrets, and go from there. All right. Like I said, I'm trying just to give out some pointers there and hopefully help some of you guys that might be struggling, thinking, "Oh my God, it's overwhelming." Well, it can be. Just take your time. Don't go out spending a bunch of money. That's not what Rug's about. That's not what we want you guys to do. Don't feel that we ever want you to do that. Take your time. If you coin, you coin. If you don't, you don't. Have fun. All right. PM me if you have any questions. Have fun. Catch y'all later.